Joined now by the former Prime Minister of Ukraine, Yatsenyuk, and thank you for joining us once again. I just wonder, first of all, these drone and missile strikes again overnight, what is it like for Ukrainians right now?
I believe that British people are well aware of what it is like from the lessons of history. Nazis did the same with London, completely the same. So it's a copycat scenario. A modern or contemporary Nazi who is a designated war criminal, Putin, he is shelling Ukraine every single night, sir. Frankly speaking, it's not an easy thing, to first not to sleep and then to wake up without any kind of sleep and to move further. But that's the way my country lives every single day. So at night, it's a kind of never-ending horror. But during the day, we have to get up and fight like hell. That's the only solution, and that's the only option we have on the table. Similar that you folks did during the World War II. So you prevailed, and we will prevail.
And Arseny, Trump's friendliness, I suppose, with Putin, trying to bring him to the table, appears to have failed. When Marco Rubio says, as I just reported, that he's met Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, when he says we've got a new plan for new peace talks, do you believe any of that?
Yeah, that's another way how to cheat the Trump administration, how to outplay President Trump, and how to try to humiliate the U.S. administration and the incumbent U.S. president. And I strongly believe that what you've just said, that he's some kind of benign attitude towards Putin is fading, that this is really to happen. So my fingers crossed. The good news is that on the one hand, a few days ago, President Trump, it wasn't actually the president, but it was his Secretary of Defense who halted the delivery of weapons to Ukraine. Now the U.S. administration resumed the shipment of ammo to Ukraine. That's another good sign. But going back to the conversation that Secretary Rubio had with Lavrov, look, this is another window dressing. This is another smokescreen. And this is another way for Russians and for Putin and for Lavrov just to buy the time and to cheat and to somehow fragment the unity within the Western world. So his ultimate goal is definitely to undermine the Western world and make Ukraine to capitulate. Our aim is to prevail in this war, and we can do it once again. And I really commend the efforts of the UK government. I don't know whether you know, but we expect that Ukraine is to sign a long, if I'm not mistaken, 19 years deal with the Thales Corporation. This is one of the most prominent defense company. And you guys going to supply to Ukraine around 5,000 air defense missile systems. So that's what I really appreciate. These are real deliverables. This is the only language that Putin understands.
Right, and it's very difficult to tell what President Trump is going to do at any one particular time, but it looks as though he might now change tack, back sanctions, deliver more weaponry, and we just heard in the last few minutes President Zelensky saying he's hoping that there's some sort of deal over Patriot defense systems.
Yeah, and Chancellor Merz, he actually reached out to Trump asking him to sell Patriot systems for Germany in order for Germany to resupply these Patriot systems to Ukraine. I believe that they will be on the same page. But the thing is that, look, Patriot systems that we desperately need, this is an air defense system. I believe that we need to switch to another step. We need both defensive and offensive weapon. I do really understand that it's not an easy job for an easy decision for the German Chancellor to supply Ukraine with Taurus missiles. But that's what the British government did with Storm Shadow systems. What I urge the Western powers to supply Ukraine with the technologies. We need to get short and medium range missiles in order to hit the military targets in Russia, not only to defense, but to attack those who attack us.
Okay. Arseny Yatsenyuk, thank you very much indeed for coming on once again. Thank you.